Hello, this is Gordon from TaraWorks. In this video, we are going to talk about the situation where you're mapping to an object with different record types and you wish to choose which type the record that would be created should be in. You're also able to change the record type. The users, you'll quickly discover that it is not possible to map to the field of the contact type. So as an example, we have contact. As a Salesforce administrator, you have defined two record types. So you have contacts who are clients and you got contact who are field officers. And again, this is controlled via the field contact record type. And the issue is it is not possible to map directly to them. So a lot of people, what they start off doing is by putting out a single select question, and it'll be contact record type, and then in there you would have field officers, and then you have clients. You would set as required and save. Now the problem comes here in the field mapping. When you're trying to map to it, you do not see the field contact record type anywhere, and the reason is current software restrictions does not allow you to map directly to that field. The way around this is similar to the workaround for the mapping to the phone and email fields, is that you need to create an extra field acting as a buffer, and then you have a workflow to change the record type based on that value. So let's go into contact. We're going to add new. Again, we're going into contact because that is the object that we're manipulating, but you can do this at any sort of record, be it standard object or custom objects. Let's choose pick list. That's a popular one. And you can put record type buffer, and you enter in the two types of record types that you have. In this case, we have clients and we have field officers. Okay, so we're gonna click next, and we're going to save the field, add it to the layout. Okay, let's find it. Here we are, record type buffer. Okay, so once you have this, you're able to map it into the pick list. Let's go back to our survey. In the contact record type, we're now going to set this to record type buffer. We'll save it. The next thing you need to do is create a workflow. Again, you can find it in apps in the setup menu, app setup, create workflow and approvals. You will then create and manage workflow rules. The object that we want to manipulate is the contact object, and now you need to give it a name. In this case, we want this rule to run if what has been selected is client. So we go set contact as client, and we want this to be done every time the record is created or edited. And the criteria here is that the field known as record type buffer, if that is equal to client, then you will then enact this rule. So you now have the rule. You need to define what action happens, and the action you want to do is a field update. The field that you want to update is the contact record type. So the name of this particular action is set contact as client. you want to set the record type to, and say set it to client. Click Save, and when you're done, click Done and activate the rule. Now remember that this only covers one situation, so you need to go back and add another workflow rule. Click on New Rule again. Again, this will be based off the contact object. The rule name here will be set contact as field officer. So you'll go again, create, and every time it's edited, you want to find the contact record type buffer, and you know that you want this to execute if it equals to field officers. Save and next. Set workflow action, the field update, and in this case the field that you want to update is still the contact record type, and you want it to upgrade as field officers. So type in the description to help you remember. Click Save. Again, you're at step 3. Click Done and then activate the rule. After that is done, publish your survey and your job as normal, and you'll find that using these workflows you'll be able to choose exactly which record type is being created and or updated. Now the conditions that I've shown you here is just one of many possibilities. Some other things that can be useful for you to know is that if TaraWorks have created a record, it will show up as TaraWorks site guest user, being the one that have changed it. So that's another useful condition that you can set. One final note is that workflow rules does take up limit inside Salesforce. So for each object there are limits on how many active workflow rules that you can have and how many total workflow rules that you can have. It is unlikely that you will have that many workflow rules, but just know that these can accumulate over time and you can hit a limit. If for some reason you do find yourself needing all the workflow rules that you have, please contact your Salesforce rep and they'll be able to get you some more. Okay, I hope this video definitely helped you understand how you could choose a record type, records that you're creating via TaraWorks. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment box below. Thank you very much for watching.